This video shows you how to find and analyze the data in the US Education Department, uh, Department of Education Section 117 Foreign Gifts and Contracts dataset. The end result will look something like this. We'll compare UPenn and Harvard donations and gifts from, actually, it's a contract from Germany. The reason UPenn received $1.7 billion was because they licensed the COVID-19 technology to a biotech company in Germany. This is data wrapper and this is Tableau. So we'll first get the data and then create the Tableau visualization. And then we'll use that data from Tableau and copy it into data wrapper. First, let's download the data by going to this date, the latest version of the data. The file has been downloaded, and then we can go to the Tableau software. So I'll switch over to Tableau and create a new one by importing the Excel file. This is the Excel file. And the first thing in Tableau we need to do is to use the data interpreter to clean the Excel file. As you see, F1, F2, that's not cleaned. So the data interpreter will do some cleaning. And after that, we'll see the variable names, such as school name, state, transaction type, and so on. And that looks good. So we can start building the visualization. Go to sheet one. We know time is going to be under columns in the x-axis. So let's drag contract start date here. And we have some dates. The amount of the GIF is just dragging amount onto the row. And you see this line chart. The reason no, this is so high is we don't, some of the contracts and GIFs don't have years. It's missing the data. So for the no, I'm going to right click and exclude. Okay. And in the future years, obviously, it's lower because some of the data doesn't exist yet. So we might not even need those data points as well. So we'll right click and exclude those dates. Okay. We'll exclude all the future dates. So that's an artifact of the data. Okay. And then exclude. This is summing up all the values for all the countries and all the schools. So let's start filtering. Let's get school name and put it into the filter. We only care about two schools, so let's scroll down to Harvard and then UPenn, University of Pennsylvania, and apply and say okay. So now we have two schools. To separate these two into different lines, you can take school name and put it on top of the color, and you have two separate colors. So the comparison is Harvard's typically doing much, receiving much more money, but except this time period, 2018, there was a humongous spike because of the COVID technology, mRNA. Um, so we could show the filter if you right click and show filter. With these filters, you can make it a, let's say a drop down or custom list, let's say drop down. And there's only two schools that's checked here. For the country, we could take the attribution country, put it into the filter, and we find Germany. Okay, apply, and that's it. You can also make this an active filter so the end user has the ability to check and uncheck schools. You can make this a single value drop down. So now Germany selected. Okay, that's pretty much it. This is the chart that demonstrates, displays the difference. We can right click and duplicate as a cross tab. The reason we want a cross tab is we want this to go into data wrapper. You have filtered all the data already, so we just need this filtered data table. And there's a few ways to do this. Data wrapper wants the two school names uh, as columns, so we'll move school name as columns. The year, we want to actually move it into the rows. So we have these two schools, and you have the years. The school name, we can right-click and hide it. Now, if we publish this, let's go to File and Save to Tableau Public. We have to sign in, and then you'll publish. So I'll continue signing in. So now continuing on, we have the data here, all the years, the two schools, and this is in Tableau Public. You could download it. Make sure you select crosstab and you copy this. You could save it to Excel file, that's fine. And once you have the Excel file, you could upload the Excel file into Data Wrapper. So at this stage, I'm gonna um, create, go to Data Wrapper and go to Create, go to the dashboard, go to Create a new chart, and then upload the Excel file, this one. Go to the next step by going to Proceed. It looks fine. Go to Proceed, choose the line chart, and it looks exactly like what we want. For the colors and the line thickness, you can go to here, the customize line. The emphasis is on U pen, so we'll make this a little thicker. We can change the color here, and let's choose green. For Harvard, you select Harvard, make it not too thick, and then you can choose any color you want. Let's say this color. And Harvard is very hard to see because it's very low numbers. That's pretty much it. That's how you would, you could add labels if you want, show the values, and you can show it in all the points if you like. Um, and some of the values, the numbers are has too many digits, so you could go to where it says number format, choose, let's say this one, and now it's showing these. And if you want to show the billion right here, you could go increase all of these. So that's okay. And the legend, I will actually make this a legend. So you can go to as legend instead of next to the line. If I go to the next step, I could annotate it if I want. You can, so it's very straightforward. You just click on it and say COVID. Move this around. Okay, and of course there's lots of settings here. Make this curved and so on. So I think that's all I need to show. We could publish this and this will be the final visualization. Of course, add all the information if you were to make this for yourself. I'll stop here and that's the tutorial.